Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome back to Scrap Backwards, where we are continuing on with creating some pages from some page kits that I created, which you can see all the videos here on my channel and also on the Scrap Backwards playlist, which I have finally created. I'm only a year late, but I got there in the end. We have made good progress with these kits actually. I have, let's see, so this is what we've got left, and I am determined to work my way through them by the end of August. So the aim is to get them all done by the end of August and use up some other bits and bobs from the kit, because I've only built the page kits with paper and then any other elements that I know I would like to use. Like with this one, we've got some pocket cards and interactive elements, and I've added in some acrylic, but generally the page kits just have the basics of papers that I think will work together, and then any other bits and pieces. I know I worked through a couple of foam stickers, for example, but the kit is really coming down now. I am super impressed with myself. So we are working on page kit 1. As I've said before, the page kits will all be out of order, so if you think you've seen a page kit video, why is he working on 1, or you've seen page kit 18 or whatever, I'm just picking whichever one inspires me at the time there and then. I'm rolling with it. So I'm not working on them in order, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So for today, we are using this speciality paper, which was in my kit. And I've put this in my kit quite a few times and haven't used it. I don't know why, because I love it. I've used this speciality paper before, and I also have 2 or 3 more because I really loved it. It was on sale a long while ago, so I picked a few up and I love it. It is Chamel Field Trip, and it's the die-cut cardstock. So it's the big sort of colour wheel pie chart, and each individual piece was die-cut. So I am today going to show how we can get 3 layouts out of that one speciality cardstock by adding in some additional paper, cardstock, pattern paper, and building up from there. I have done a little bit of prep because it was going to take me a while. Each individual piece had like 3 foam pads, so it took a while to sticky stick, but we got there in the end. So it's the, as I say, it's the Chamel Field Trip speciality paper that I am using today. And I suppose we could say it's one speciality paper 3 ways, shall we say. Obviously I am adding in additional cardstock, but the bases and the inspiration and the starting point for these layouts has come from the Chamel cardstock. So this first one uses the negative, shall we say. So that is the piece that is left once I've popped out all the pieces, and I have simply stuck that onto this pattern paper, which is like a black chalky polka dot, and it's got pinks and yellows and whites and teal, and it's an old paper. It is, let's see, it's pink paisley. Doesn't actually say what collection, but it's paper number 9, and it's from 2016. So it is quite an old paper, and it is, let me see if I can show you, it's this one here. So I finally used it. This has been in my kit for a while, and then I just started playing around with bits that I'd put in the page kit and then thought, oh, I need to record this, so stopped. I have stuck a couple of stickers, pulled in some acrylic. So that is layout number 1 that we're going to do. Layout number 2, I've used as my background Obed Marshall Fantastico Shine, and excuse me, I have simply used 3 of the, I don't know what you call them, pie charts or elements. So I've focused on the orangey pinks and purples, and then I popped it on one of my favourite backgrounds, which is this sort of diamond and star pattern from Obed Marshall. So we're going to build a layout with that. And then finally we have this one, which has got the bulk of it. And I've actually used a Vicky Boutin colour study paper. This is the mood board paper, and it is this gorgeous navy stripe. And I have simply stuck them roughly. I could have done it better, but hey ho. in the circle on here. I thought that was quite funky. I quite liked it. So I'll probably go this way and stick a couple of photos. But this is the majority of the pie charts, pies, whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them, shapes. So that is layout number 3, and I've just got a couple of pocket cards that were left in the page kit. And then this is my mega bundle of scraps, which we are going to do something with at the end of this kit. But that is how many scraps I've got from this kit. So quite a few, and you will see that some of my scraps are massive. Once we've created a project, which will probably be a mini book of sorts, if there are any scraps left over, I may do a little giveaway box here on my channel and for Scrap Backwards peeps with some contents of what is remaining from the kit, because I know what is a scrap to me, like this, might be a really nice piece of paper for somebody else to use. So I thought I'd pull in the scraps just in case we want any additional pattern. So for layout number 1, we are going to look at this layout. So let me make some space. So on here I have simply, this is everything that was in the kit. The only thing I've added is the acrylic. Things like acrylic, cut files, flare, sequins, mixed media, alphas, Kathy and I don't put in our kit, purely because we have so much of it and it would be impossible to do. There are occasions where we want to use a specific product, so we will put that in, but generally speaking, we will always add those in. So I had simply put these in the page kit, which, as I say, you can go and watch that video if you want to. So we've got some pocket cards. I've got this piece, which is like a homemade embellishment that I did ages ago. This is from packaging from the We Can Just Stay Home collection from Photofly, and a pink fresh journaling piece. I've added a sticker from Vicky Booten. So this is going to be sort of like a homey everyday memories kind of page. No idea what photo we're going to use, but we shall see. And then a couple of interactive elements from Obed Marshall. We've got this photo frame that's like a pocket, and we've got this pocket as well, which is an actual pocket. And it's got a stitch, so it had a stitched piece here with a phrase in Spanish. Didn't know what it meant. Could have googled it, it probably would have worked. I think it was family or something like that. But I just stuck this sticker from Vicky Booten sticker book that's in my kit, and this cool stuff. Life is better when you are laughing, and it brings in the black from this background. I love this paper, so I'm really pleased to finally use it. It's the B-side of this paper. As I say, it's pink paisley, I just don't know what collection it is. They didn't put it on. And this is the sort of remains of that Chamel speciality paper. And up here there was a little tab, so I've stuck hello in there. And we're going to use this acrylic. It has broken, sadly. It broke in transit. So hello, everyday moments. Nice and simple. So let's peel off this protective layer on here. Now, acrylic does break easily, especially if it is obviously a bit fiddly, a bit small and whatnot. It doesn't mean you can't use it. Once you glue it, just glue it back into place, put it in the correct place, and 9 times out of 10, you will not be able to tell. Like, I've just torn this piece off. It is the Y, well, it's half of the Y. But when I come to glue it onto the page, which I was going to do off camera, but let's do it together just so you can see what I mean, you won't be able to tell that it's actually broken and hanging off. It looks like a J at the minute, but it is the Y. So I'm just going to peel this off. I thought I'd done this before, but clearly not, guys, clearly not. Okay. There we go. So, as I say every week, don't forget to check out what Kathy's been up to. She's like a scrappy machine at the minute. I know she's been doing Load and Scrap Squad, and she's now doing the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge, which I believe you can still get involved in if that is your thing. I was going to do it and forgot and missed it, but hey ho, it is what it is. But it definitely sounds like a lot of fun to get some scrapping done. And I know that there isn't any pressure. If you can do 1 page a week, great. If you can do 10 a week, great. No pressure. Emma is really, really lovely. And everybody is welcome. Okay, so I'm going to overlap every day onto there. And then let me just make sure I've got this the right way. Yeah, so pop that there. Just checking that's straight. Sorry you couldn't see it for a moment. I'm just using Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere the acrylic. I have used double-sided tape before now, like a roller, if I am feeling a little bit lazy. Just spill that glue everywhere and then pop that in there. And as I say, you can't tell that there was an issue with it at all. And then this Moments piece, which is in like a matte navy blue, denim blue, really nice. And it then gives us a multi-font title, which if you've been around for a while, you will know I am a fan of. I just think it's an easy way to add colour and interest to your page. So that's going to go there. So there is our title. Very basic, hello everyday moments. And as you can see, you can't tell that this was broken. So still very much usable. Okay. Now then, what I am going to do is get a couple of photo mats. I'm just going to use some scrap white cardstock and I will be right back, and then we can start building with what I pulled into this page kit, and then we will look to see what other embellishments we want to add to this layout. So give me a minute and I will be right back. Okay, so let's get about to building this layout. I'm not sure how many photos we're going to get on, so I've just got a handful of photo mats. I've done them all 3x4, just because that's an easy size to work with. I know I want to put one in here. Now that is going to mean that some of this sticker is not going to be visible, but that's okay. You can still see that it says cool, or you can still see that there's a bit of colour at least, so that is a-okay for me. And of course we want to put one into our little photo mat, which I might need to, oh no, it fits in perfectly, so we've got one in there. And then we may add in a couple of other photos as well as we go along. So my idea was to have these sort of down here a little bit with this piece, which I've been dying to use for so long, and I don't know why I haven't, but there we go. It's one of those things. And then the idea is just to leave little bits of these showing as little layers. So I have picked out some of the colours from what we've used on the layout. So we've got red, so there's quite a bit of red on the sloth and the rainbow and the title and in this. And whilst it's pink, we're picking up on that sort of shading, shall we say. So I don't really want to use pink paper, and there's also pink in these as well. Then we've got this blue, because obviously there's quite a lot of blue, and this sort of green and sort of minty colour is pulling in the various shades of teal and aquas and greens, so it pulls it all together nicely. Now when you want to layer, you just, for me, I know a lot of people struggle with the whole layering thing and clustering. Personally, I say just stick it. Don't overthink it. Start off with something big and work your way up, basically. Now I know that probably doesn't help very much, but if you pick out some of the colours or patterns that you've got in your page, then just add different things. Don't be worrying too much about if it's straight or if you're going to see any when you've got everything else on there. just go for it, and generally it will come out looking great. I am a big fan of adding in different colours, different layers. It's a great way of using up scraps, and it just gets a little bit of interest going on your page. So as you can see here, I'm using Project Life cards. So some of them are rounded corners, some of them are square corners. And that's okay for me because I've used this frame, which is a square corner, and this pocket, which is square corner at the bottom, which you're not going to see anyway, and rounded at the top. So it all works together and sort of brings a bit of a cohesiveness, is that a word? To our layout. It's a great way of using up Project Life cards if, like me, when you first started scrapping, you went a bit crazy and thought, oh, I love all them, I'll have them all, and then don't use them. Because that's what I do. That's why I am so much better these days. I buy with intent, and to be honest, I don't really buy at the minute. Okay, so we're going to stick on this pocket. So you can see when I remove the pocket and the frame, they don't really make much sense. They're a bit jumbled, it looks a bit haphazard, a bit crazy. It's like some crazy paving. But as soon as we put these two elements, which are our primary focus of this layout, you're going to see that it sort of all makes sense and pulls together nicely. So I want a bit of the green showing, but not much. So I'm going to pop that about there, and we're going to overlap this. But what I'm going to do is use a bit of fun foam to give it a bit of dimension, and also pick it up over the top of our pocket. So let's pop that there. So this is then going to go, let's see, about here. About there, yeah. So that's going to go there, and now we've got two photos on our page right away. Now, I need to decide whether we want to add any more photos. I think I would like to add another one, but I'm thinking it's going to be a little photo. So we've got a 3x4 pocket card. Which I have now cut in half, and we're going to have a little photo just here. So that's going to be a 2x3 photo, which we're going to pop there, and I think we will add one more up here. So you can see we've built up a real big cluster, but our background, which is what we've been focusing on for these three layouts, is actually still a big part of it. You can still see it at all parts of the layout. And now we're going to add in this guy, and I'm going to use fun foam again on everything from here so that it can stick on top of there. So I'm just using offcuts of this because I've got quite a lot of fun foam. Do you know where I've like cut off a little bit and not used it all? So let's get some of that used. We don't need an awful lot, so that will probably do us. Add in our adhesive. If you are in the UK, I don't know about abroad, US or wherever, sticks to anything. If you go to their website, sticks2.com or .uk, .co.uk, and they do a bundle at the minute where you get one of these. You also, so this is like the refill. So you get one of these and you get 8 of the refills, and it's like £20 or £23, which is amazing value. These are really, really good, and this is what the refills look like. And they just slot in, so you can just refill, and they last forever. You get 25 meters in a roll, and honestly, I absolutely love them. I find that Sticks2 is the best place to buy it direct because they do the bundle, so you get it really good value. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I love it. So that is then going to stick here, like so. So that is our layout done to all intents and purposes. However, this is Adam, so I am going to add a few bits. So I think we're going to focus on these sticker sheets. I am really trying to use a lot of this up if I can. So let's go to our original sticker sheet, because this has got a few homey elements, and see if we can't get a few of these on. So I'm going to add a plant down here. I have added it on the photo mat. I know that this is quite easy to just pull up to tuck a photo in when I come to add it. And I'm also going to add another photo mat into our wallet here. Now, it does cover that sticker quite a bit, I know that. I personally don't mind it because when we take them out, you see that. So it's just like a little hidden element, but it's just sneaking and gives us a pop of colour, ties in everything nicely. So we've got three 3x4 photos and two 2x3 photos on this layout, which is fun. Now let's see if we can't get a few more elements on here. So we've got this little clipboard which I'm going to tuck in down here. Just says The Good Life. We've got a few wordies, these word strips which you know I will always make use of. So we've got noteworthy, we've got highlights. That's the same colour, so I don't want to pop that in the same place. So let's pop that up there. We have got currently. Okay, so that is great. So I'm slowly getting there with these stickers. Then we've got a few Disney-esque stickers which probably are not going to work with our colours. We've got, what's this? Summer Farmhouse from Simple Stories. Now there are a couple of florals on here which we could get in. So let's tuck in a floral over here, just to give us a little bit more detail. And this also ties in all our colours. This is an almost perfect match to this blue, which ties in all the shades of blue. And then we've got the yellow, we've got the green, and we've got the red. I just need to pop. I'll sort that out in a minute. I'm going to have to do it now that I've seen it. Do you know when you see something and you just can't relax until you've fixed it? Let me just pop that there. There we go. And I'll just pop a bit of Nouveau glue on there. Hold that down. There we go. It was just floating in midair and wasn't settling me at all. Now, as is usual with Adam, this video has gone on a little bit longer than I thought. So I'm going to split it. I'm not going to do the other two layouts with this video. We'll finish off this layout and then I'll do a separate video for the other layouts with the in parts of this cut file. So that's what it is really. So we've got a little tab that says Lazy Days. So I'm guessing the photos, which again, still no idea what I'm going to use, but they're going to be home based because that is the theme of this layout. So Lazy Days kind of fits with that. We've got a little bee that says happy, so I'm going to layer that on top of our plants down here. Excuse me. Okay, so that is, what was that? That was Summer Farmhouse. We have got Splash Zone from Bella Boulevard. I love this collection. This was another one that was released before I really started scrapping, so I couldn't get all of it, which was a shame, but it's one of those things. So we've got this little arrow that says Fun Times. Again, bringing in another shade of green. I am a big fan of mixing different shades. I know not everybody is, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. But I personally do enjoy playing around with shades of the same colour. So as in this layout, we've got lots of different reds, different blues, different greens. Added a couple of arrows there, on to which I am going to add a couple more word strips. So we've got hello, which is obviously very generic. I love this. So let's add those two there. We have got Summertime from Echo Park. I do like the thickness and quality of Echo Park stickers. We've got this big floral which just fits in perfectly with our colours. So let's see if we can't tuck this in. I do apologise if you can hear a beeping noise in the background. It is, well, it's the washing machine, to be perfectly honest with you, and I don't know why it's going crazy, but it is. Such is life. Okay, so we've added that floral in there, which is going to give us a bit of, I'm going to add that there, but I can't. Bit of cohesiveness because we've got the floral on the other side as well. So it's giving us a bit of balance. Now I don't think we need an awful lot more, but I think I might need something up here, you know, the whole fill corner malarkey. So I'm wondering if we've got any sort of banner or flags. Still have quite a bit of birthday stuff. So we might need to look about doing a birthday themed layout. I do love this collection. Perfectly Imperfect is a fab sticker. So I'm going to stick that down there. This is possibly a bit too big. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think it is. I think it needs something that isn't wordy. Making Messes and Memories can layer perfectly with that sticker. I am definitely a wordy kind of scrapper. I just love adding words. One thing we could do, because I don't know what to add up there. So this is the collection from which I cut this packaging. So let's see if we could add a sloth or something. That would be a bit fun, wouldn't it? We've got this ladybird, so I'm going to pop him or her there. Don't know, are ladybirds ladies or men? I don't know. I guess you can have both. That was a very silly comment, Adam. I quite like the idea of adding another sloth now. Those of you that haven't been around for a while may not know, but I'm a little bit obsessed with sloths and I don't know why. So you can see here, that's exactly this. I just cut this one off the packaging, as I've said numerous times. Okay. Stick together is quite a lovely sentiment on this page, I think. So let's pop that up there. I would have used this banner up here, but alas, it has already been used. So I've got a lot of these borders, so what we could do is just layer a couple of them up maybe at the top. Let's see what we've got. We've got this yellow one. Now I'm not going to use a lot of it, so I'm just going to tear a bit off. Let's see. Always tear, so we've got the white, and I'm just going to do that there. Let's add a little bit of this blue one. Again, just tear it. Tear that way, so then we've got the white, and pop this on top, like so. And then if I turn this over, I just need to trim off the excess. I generally always take some element on my page off the page. I just feel like it completes a page, it sort of frames it almost. Okay, so there is mostly our layout. I do have these thin, small, puffy stickers, which I am still trying to use up. So let's see if we can get a couple of these on to finish this off and call it done. Got a rainbow there. You can always get a rainbow on a page, can't you? Always get a rainbow on a page. I'm going to build in another rainbow down there. And then let's use a couple of these puffy hearts, a bit like enamel dots, so we're sort of going to cluster them together there. So we've got 3 there. Let's have 3 down here. And for the whole visual triangle peeps out there, let's have 3 up here. 1, 2, 3. Loving that. Cocoa Vanilla Sunkist is an amazing collection, I have to say. These are the remnants of a Vicky Booten one. This is Jen Hadfield. I don't know how I remember all this because my memory is terrible normally. But when it comes to scrapbooking product, I can remember stuff. It's crazy, isn't it, how our minds work? Okay, I'm going to add a couple of arrows around here, just for a bit of, it's a different shape, it's a different element, and it just sort of draws your eye into the centre. So we've got this row of 3 arrows there. This is Dear Lizzie. I used to love her collections. I know she suffered a very sudden loss, so she doesn't design anymore, bless her. But I do still have some of her product. I'm going to try and get one more rainbow in. Just there. And I think that's going to call it done on this layout. We have a lot going on. It's a very bulky layout, but I really love it. I don't know what photos I'm going to use yet, so I will probably finish the other 2 layouts with the insides of this cut file, and then we will add photos. But on this page, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos. Now, if I needed to, I could easily add more photo mats, which is the beauty of a pocket. So if you've not used pockets on your page, I would highly recommend them. You don't necessarily have to buy a package of them. You can easily make them yourself. If that's something you'd like to see, I'm happy to incorporate that into a video. I've done it a few times. But yeah, it's dead easy, isn't it, really? So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been a little bit of inspiration to use this speciality paper. And I will be back with another bonus video creating the other 2 layouts, either in the same video or we'll make it another 2 videos, and continuing on with my scrap backwards page kit with my mega kit as we enter the last month of it. Can we use the kit up or not? Time will tell. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to Kathy for just being you. And thank you to all of you for sticking around with me. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I love that you choose to watch. I really do. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye for now.